what's going on there, guys? So today we're going to be making some more changes to the old Demo 8 here. In fact, we're going to be swapping out this DVO Jade for what I consider to be, simply put, the best that money can buy when it comes to rear shock technology. That, of course, being the Ohlins TTX. Not only is it the Ohlins TTX, but it also includes their factory racing limited edition hydraulic top out. So very excited to be testing this product. We're also going to change out this old Cro-Mag seat, switch over to the Sam Reynolds Signature Edition. Stay tuned through this video. I'm actually going to show you why it's such a good idea to swap seats at the same time you're also doing anything suspension wise. But let's jump right into it. We'll get started. So here you go, guys. This is what this guy looks like. About the real only indication that you can tell that this has the hydraulic is, or the hydraulic top out, is this gold shaft that they actually use. It's a titanium nickel process that they put onto these guys. Of course, this does have the latest generation bottom out bumper on here as well, but they do something else that's a little bit different than what most folks are normally used to, and they actually employ this cool little circlip that sits down here on the bottom, along with this retaining ring, and the retaining ring is actually, somewhat slanted in there, so when the spring is actually pushing against it, it actually forces that circlip to stay down in that groove. But kind of a little bit different than what we typically will see on like a rock shock or something like that, but obviously this is probably a better way to do it overall. So let's go ahead and get that Jade off. We'll get this guy installed. So you see, if you get it right there in that one spot, it will actually clear the frame and come out of here. It's just such a weird large bodied shock, but now that we've got her out of there, now you can see it right here. So here you go. Here's a little bit of a kind of a direct comparison for you. A couple things I do really like about the DVO. A very, very large shaft. Obviously it's user serviceable, so on and so forth. There's a number of things that actually make these pretty attractive, if I'm being honest. But just comparison wise, looking at it to comparison to the Ohlins, get really kind of a good side-by-side. The big kicker here, of course, is going to be just simply the size of that canister. It is just so massive that it just really kind of dwarfs it in the bike. Barely fits in there, barely fits in, barely comes out. So let's go ahead and get the spring onto the Ohlins and get her mounted up. So the Ohlins does come with obviously some IGUS bushings, all of that good stuff, but for the demo itself, it actually requires this nice little piece that actually is still inside of the DVO. This is the bushing that it takes. Now that dimension that's right there actually just so happens to be the exact dimension that we need for this. So that's an easy swap over. Sliding this guy on, obviously that's going to go on there nice and easy. The next thing we want to put onto it is going to be that ring that I was talking about, and then the circlip. Now this is a little bit of a fiddly bit, if you will. Putting these guys on is always a bit of fun. I'll try to capture this on camera here for you, but it is a very positive locking spring. I'm going to attempt to do this without making it launch into the camera, and just like that. So there you go. So now that's on there. Sure enough, you can see as this guy comes down into that, it actually pushes against that inner surface, which actually even holds that thing even tighter. We can then go ahead and spin the collar down onto it. And they do say that when you put these on, the maximum spin on this guy is essentially 2 rotations. Usually what you want to do is just get this guy tight. Once it's just kind of snugged up to it, I usually like to go about a half to a full turn just to make sure that nothing's going to be rattling around in there. And then once you do that, obviously we're going to want to just gently tighten the little locking set screws that are on here. Okay, so here's why I wait to put the shock back on here, guys. So we are completely at the end of the suspension. In fact, that is essentially frame contact, and you'll notice I can move this obviously back into what I would consider to be the danger zone here. Now this is well beyond, of course, where we'd be with any type of hydraulic top out or even a rubber bumper. This would be actually making frame contact, but you can see sitting right there, I don't make any contact with the seat or anything else. Everything looks good. This is where I'm going to lock the seat in. That way I know for sure I can mark it and never have to worry about the tire making contact with the seat. Now, I will say something I noticed right away. The way that they use that circlip that we were looking at before makes it to where the spring can actually compress and spin freely on that. Boy, I'll tell you, I really like that a lot, because I used to use a Teflon spacer in here, because we all know as coils twist here, or as they compress, they will twist. They'll actually screw themselves up or down. This is going to keep that actuation nice and smooth. Boy, that is well done by Ohlins. That's fantastic. I really, really like that. Well, and there you go, guys. She's ready to rock and roll. I'm super excited to take this thing out and run it through its paces. It's going to be a lot of fun. You know I love the Ohlins stuff, so I'm really excited to try this out, especially some of their factory racing stuff. Really, really cool technology. Can't wait to try this. But guys, if you like these types of videos, let me know. Tell me down in the comments, hey, I like these tech videos, I like build videos, or maybe you prefer POV stuff, maybe you like big jumps. Just let me know what you guys like here, because obviously we love making this type of content for you. But guys, thanks for watching the video today. We will see you out on the trails.